I can script myself, I can record myself, I can edit myself. Why the fuck am I gonna pay someone else? 2 weeks later, and the video hit 50k views. Second most viewed video on my channel.
If you can actually just focus on your product and your service delivery, you will gain so much expertise and so much more insights for you to talk about in your marketing, rather than you just focusing on marketing itself.
You soon realize that if you want to scale the business, you can't work in it, you gotta work on it.
There's power in vulnerability. In order for someone to really trust you, they really need to connect with you. So Rayston, what's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Chilling, just came from the gym, got a good pump, back and bicep, and now we're right in front of Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, baby.
Yeah. No, we came a long way. We started working how long ago?
Mid-February, bet, and we started working with. Then I joined Hassan's program, and that was when I met Darius through Hassan. Shout out Hassan.
Shout out Hassan.
And that was when Hassan told me to do the street interview format. Or how Hassan does it with Samir, Musa, you know, all the guys. So then we did it in Singapore. And first video we did on the street interview ripped like about 800,000 views on YouTube Shorts. So like those videos were ripping for sure. All the short forms was ripping.
That's cool, man. Before working together, like, what was like the perception of your brand? How did people sort of perceive you? I feel like that like brand perception and brand positioning is extremely important, and if people really like view you in like very like a low trust light, in like you can't really see it organically, but it can lead to like issues when it comes to that trust, you know, especially in sales, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm in Singapore as well, so they're like extra skeptical.
Yeah.
So my brand before then was just 19-year-old, arrogant, cocky Asian kid. Like that was genuinely what everyone thought about me. Until we started to reposition myself and really just show more of who I really am instead of putting up like a front, you know. Because I used to try to be Mr. Perfect, you know. Oh, I'm this 18, 19-year-old kid, made X amounts of money, you know. I go to the gym, Mr. Wonderful. I have no flaws. But in reality, you know, I was just like a regular guy. But the problem was that nobody could relate to me. So what we did instantly was find relatability with other people.
I feel like there's power in vulnerability. I feel like in order for someone to really trust you, they really need to connect with you. And I feel like connection comes from exposing yourself and exposing the stories where you are in a bad situation, but you came out of it in better, you know? And I feel like for your brand initially, there was just a lot of like, I made this amount of money, I did this, I did that, like look at me.
Like my self-worth, like my whole entire self-worth was tied down to how much money I made.
Yeah. And I think we really shifted it from rather what you can do and we shifted it to what you can do for other people. We made it more of like a contribution-based branding. And I feel like the thing that differentiates like shit brands and like really powerful brands are the ones that are more selfless. Selfless in a sense where they talk about the contribution their offer has on the people that they've sold to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like so many people, even financially, they're just stuck. Like their coaching business is actually like fucked because they're not talking about the people that they helped. And a lot of people actually have helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these business owners have helped a lot of people, but they just don't talk about it. They don't talk about the contribution that their offer has done.
Yeah.
So I feel like we really like hammered down on like the people that you actually saved, because like on the surface level, people just think you're like some idiot Ferrari, $200,000 Ferrari guy. When in actual fact, you actually has changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah. Like even before then, like whenever I get client results, it was just, oh, James made X amount of money. How do you make X amount of money? It was just all about money. But instead we shifted to James made X amount of money and that allowed him to do X that led to doing something else, you know. It's like, what did the money allow them to do? I didn't really talk about that with my clients, and that was where Darius really told me like, you gotta expand more of it. Instead of just really just talking about how much money they made, you gotta talk about what did the money allow them to do. Because
at the end of the day, people don't care about how much money you make, but it's what they can do with the money.
Yeah,
Straight
people
up.
care about money to an extent, but what they want to do with the money, that's another issue.
It's the underlying psychological motives, which is family, more time with family, more freedom, feel less trapped.
Yeah, or just like, just to buy something.
Yeah, just to buy something as well. What is it about me that made you want to work with me? Everyone fucking asks this question, like, what is it about me that made you want to work with me? But like, what are the things that you've noticed that I do that other people like don't really do that well? You know?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, number one was like we're both Asian, so that was relatability right there already. Obviously, Darius grew up in Australia, but his parents are from Singapore and Malaysia. So there's really like that background knowledge you really have about Singapore. And my ICP is all Singaporeans and Australians, so it's literally perfect, you know, for me. Second thing was also like, I'm not a content creator. You know, like, I run e-com stores, I run my own coaching program, like, I don't have time to really like script out videos, come up with ideas. And that was what I used to do until I realized that, you know, you eventually got to outsource a couple of things. And I used to work with like freelancers, so people from like Fiverr, people of like Twitter, and it was all like very one-off projects. Didn't build a relationship. None of the people that I work with did any like in-depth analysis on my brand, who my ideal like client is, and who I'm even targeting. Whereas I decided, look, I need to work with someone long term that's gonna understand who I'm selling to, why I'm selling this, and who this is gonna help. Which it was like a mindset. It was like a mindset shift for me as well. So I started thinking more long term instead of short term. And that was why I came to you. So I mean, first video that where we did street interviews already ripped. So it gave me more clarity. Okay, look, I'm gonna double down on this guy. And then second video we did was
we ripped like very like organic like dinner table stuff and scripted stuff.
No. So the first time we worked together was strictly just street interview short form. We'll put up over here. Put out the screen of how much money have you made? And then Darius only worked with me for 3 days. And then he flew back to Perth. And then we started talking on Instagram, we started hopping on calls. That was where we decided to meet up in Sydney to do the 1v10, because at that point, the 1v10 was really trending because of Hassan, Raz, Samir. And it was all in the UK, the States. No one did it in Asia yet, especially in Australia. So I was like, hey, why not let's do it in Australia? So booked a flight, got a B&B, and we made it happen.
I feel like a lot of people, when they're at like the 20, 10K a month phase, I feel like the next thing that can get them to the next phase is building out a team. And I feel like a lot of things that keep them stuck is not having leverage, like not having leverage. So I feel like you really like recognize that early on. You're like, okay, I need to hire out, I need to delegate, I need like a team around me that can support me so I can scale. Yeah,
no, 100%. I mean, like, if you want to go far, do things alone. But if you want to go further, you need a team. Right? So with Darius, pretty smooth sail, you know. Like, for me personally, like, I try not to do anything that's not gonna make me money. So if I can buy my time, I'm gonna do that. So literally the 1v10 we did in Sydney, I did nothing at all. Like, literally, I did nothing. All I did was show up.
Yeah.
Darius went to campuses, got the venue, hired a cameraman, posted trial reels. It was insane, bro. All the work that you did. And literally, I did nothing. I did nothing.
I know you did nothing.
All I did was pay him.
I know you did nothing.
Because I understand that I'm trying to buy time and I want to get the highest quality of production. Now, the problem with me back then was I was cheaping out on content because I could do it myself. I can script myself, I can record myself, I can edit myself. Why the fuck am I going to pay someone else? But you soon realize that if you want to scale the business, you can't work in it, you got to work on it. Which is what I did. Right? I just tell you my plan, my vision. Okay, I want to do 1v10. That's my vision. But I'm not going to be the one finding people, finding candidates, scripting out questions, you know. I'm going to obviously find someone.
I feel like the problem that people have is they think that they're paying for information, but they're paying for execution. Because information is not the issue. There's like thousands and countless of YouTube videos where like you have the information to execute, but it's rather saving time because you don't have time to execute. You're trying to actually be a good business person and fulfill for your clients while you're trying to be a fucking marketer.
Yeah,
like most of these people aren't marketers, but they're business people trying to solve a problem for their clients. And then they have to become fucking world-class digital marketers so that they can actually acquire clients for their program or their offer or their consultancy.
I mean, exactly. But I mean, truth be told, it's like content is just an investment, you know. So if you actually do this shit, if you actually run like a proper business and you actually make money, like everyone I know that is making like 40, 50K, 30K, they all have like a full-time creative strategist, creative director. The people that are like second guessing getting a content team, they don't do this shit for real. Like that's true. Like, I mean, Darius can tell you himself, right? I've seen him hop on multiple sales calls, so many objections when these guys, they don't even like make any money, bro.
Yeah.
At least for me with Darius, whenever he pitches me a price, boom, send him payment.
Yeah.
I never, maybe like we'll do a coin flip, like okay, let's do $500 off for a coin flip.
Coin flip, $500.
But it's never like, oh, this is too expensive, because like I understand it's an investment.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys are selling, I mean, especially if someone you're working with is doing like high ticket, so selling a high ticket program or whatsoever, like you just need to close 1 or 2 clients and
you make your money
you
back.
Make your money
like
back, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Straight up. So one of our videos did 50,000 views within 21 days on YouTube. It fucking ripped. How involved were you in that?
Yes, so you went through my YouTube and we both hopped on a call and we just saw what was the top performing video.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a 24-hour dropshipping challenge. So literally all we did was make another variation of it. So you scripted out the video for me. And at first, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do a VSL. But then you came to me, said, okay, cool, you want to do a VSL, but your VSL on your channels aren't really performing. Your top performing video is a challenge. Why not we just combine both? Which is what we did. We combined a top of funnel video with a bottom of funnel angle, mix and match it together, and it became entertaining plus educational at the same time.
Yeah.
So it took me about like 45 minutes to record that whole entire video. Obviously, it was a 24-hour challenge, so 45 minutes was just setting a store up. But then after that, you know, I had to record me getting sales, you know, bumping budgets whatsoever. So the whole entire video probably took me like 1 to 2 days to record. But I wasn't on it like 24/7.
Yeah, like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was like half an hour a day-ish whatsoever. And then first 24 hours ripped like 5,000 views. And like keep in mind, I only have like 15,000 subscribers.
He's not crazy, yeah.
And 2 weeks later, I went from 15K to 18K subs and the video hit 50K views. My second most viewed video on my channel.
I'm not surprised if it becomes your number one, straight up, if it does. Because like if your other video performed pretty well, then this one would perform pretty well. I feel like the power behind 24-hour challenge videos, especially for a business offer like yours, is it shows evidence and proof that you know your shit. That is like the most powerful thing right now. Because right now, everyone is just giving business advice, saying like, here's how to get rich, here's how to make 10K a month. But if you literally show people of you making like 1K in 24 hours, that is literal insane like evidence that you know your shit. And that there is no lying about that.
Yeah,
like it's literally like proof of concept. And I feel like the brands or the companies that are going to live this year are the ones that show proof of concept that their offer and product actually works and that they know their shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like my content started blowing up the moment I started like being more involved in e-com, because there was a period of time where I was so like focused on just like selling courses, you know, like doing program, making content, you know, I was like every day I would spend every day last year just scripting out videos, recording content, you know, fulfillment whatsoever. Like I felt out of touch with e-com. And the moment I started getting back in the game, you know, into e-com, into dropshipping, started scaling up stores, and naturally my content started getting more views because I just had more results on my own personal stores.
You had more shit to talk about, like straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I just had more stuff to talk about,
Yeah.
and the people that like go viral on social media are the ones that like actually scaling their businesses. Like even if their content aren't good, that's why they hire someone because they spend all their time actually scaling a business rather than trying to be a content creator selling a course.
This is sort of how I see it. Like this is like the new wave of like business in 2026. So you have the business owner, which is scaling the business, and that's all he focuses on. But the problem is that he tries to become a marketer and then basically stops delivering on his clients, and then that's when everything crumbles because you're getting shit results. You can't talk about shit results and that's shit marketing, and then everything crumbles. So if you can actually just focus on your product and your service delivery, you will gain so much expertise and so much more insights for you to talk about in your marketing, rather than you just focusing on marketing itself. And then having also a team to support you in that insight and be able to deliver your message out without you doing a thing, like that's insane leverage right now in 2026.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think at the end of the day, it's just really what you want. Like for me, I value like long-term relationships, you know. Like I don't want to be constantly switching teams, you know, constantly sending out brand sheets so that my new team can analyze and understand who my ICP is, come up with new scripts. Like that's so time consuming, you know. When you just work with someone long term and you build a proper relationship, they're gonna feel way more incentivized as well, you know, to work with you because they know that you're gonna get stuff done.
If someone's on the fence right now with working with me, what would you say to these people?
Well, if you're on the fence, then you probably aren't really making as much money as you say you are in your content. Because anyone scaling a business knows that it takes a lot of mental strength, right? And I say mental strength, not physical energy, because you can outsource that, you can hire employees, right? But hiring employees, then now you're gonna manage them. Right? There's a lot of like mental energy and you get burnt out. So at the end of the day, if you value good quality content, then you need to definitely invest in someone. And Darius over here, like, he's pretty dowdy, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the results show for themselves, you know. I'm not trying to like market you or something like that, but genuinely, like, I've worked with a lot of people, you know. I've worked with like Nate, you know, Nate, the YouTube guy, amazing guy, you know. He helped me build my channel from 0 to 10K subs on YouTube. Great guy, you know. But for me personally, I relate better with someone that is probably the same ethnicity as me, right? And we're both Asian, so right off the bat, we really got off to a great start. So work with someone that you feel that you can relate to. So all I can say, if you're Asian right now watching this, this is the guy you want to do content with, 100%.
All right, cool, man. Thanks, appreciate it.
No worries, bro. You start targeting Asians, bro. I only work with Asian people, but I hardly work with any white guys. It's all Asian people.
All your e-com, like...
It's all Asian. Let me see, it's all Asian people.
Really? That's hilarious.
So imagine you start targeting Asians.